Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a really neat review, something brand new. This is the Cheerson CXOF. Now the CXOF is an update to the previous release, the Cheerson CX10WD. Now the 10WD, when it came out, it was a pretty big technological advance in that it was the first micro, at least that I can remember, that had altitude hold. It was one of the first that had altitude hold, and along with that FPV. This year, Cheerson has decided to come out with something even newer, with a new technology. This has that altitude hold, and as you can see by the camera in my phone, this also has FPV capability, but it also has one major advance, and this is an optical image sensor on the bottom here for position stability. This actually, when it takes off, can look at the ground and try to maintain its position over the ground without you using pitch and roll commands. That's a huge advance. That's almost simulating GPS capability, although there is no return to home capability with this. You know, it just can hold its position in space, and you can use that. It makes it much more easier for beginners to fly. They don't have to mess around with pitch and roll. You know, I can see this becoming a big crutch in the future for new pilots. Optical image stabilization. They're all going to want it, but I can see that becoming a big crutch on them, you know, because they're going to become dependent on it. I tried this at home, and it actually does work indoors. Okay, I'm out here today outdoors. I want to see if it works equally well outdoors today. I'm looking at the CX10WD, or CXOF, Cheerson CXOF. It does have a little 0.3 megapixel camera for FPV viewing, and you can also record on your phone with that video. On-off switch on the back and charging port on the back, one of your standard micro charging ports. And again, it has the optical sensor on the bottom here. It's looking downward, trying to maintain position with that little optical sensor. And also it has a little 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi antenna protruding out from the side here and wrapping around the bottom here. Okay, now let's go over the controller real quick before the flight. Controller's got one of those slide button thingies. It's not sticks, it's slides. That makes it very small, and you don't have protruding sticks, so the idea is you can carry this controller easily in your pocket. On the controller, you have automatic takeoff and automatic landing. 3D is flips. You press that button and tell which direction to flip. And this is your rate button here. You know, for beginner and intermediate rates, you know, make it go faster. And if you hold down this button, it will turn off the position hold. So if you really want to do acrobatics, you're going to need to turn off that position hold. And that's done by pressing this button here. And one other thing this quadcopter has is the CXOF app. With this app, this quadcopter can do, you can also fly it with your phone, in other words, using the app, but you can also do tricks with it. Particularly, it has dance moves that you can have it do in space, and hopefully it'll you know, won't drift with the wind while you're doing these dance moves. And there's a bunch of selection of dance moves that you can slide onto it and have it do them in sequence, and I'll try to demonstrate that if we have the time here. Okay, so let's go with the flight of the CXOF and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, this is the CXOF app. I'm going to select record here, start recording video, and take off. And there's this automatic position hold. Now, it's not super accurate, but it will hold its position, okay? I'm not doing anything, folks. It's just maintaining position by itself. Let's just see how long that will work. Actually works very well. I'm out here in sunlight. You know, it's drifting a little. There's a little bit of a breeze coming from my right shoulder here, but it is holding its position. Let's go a little lower to the ground and see if it holds position better. If it sees the ground a little bit better, or okay, it's still drifting a little bit backwards. Let's go up a little higher. Still holding its position up there, just with a slight backward drift. So, you know, it's not super accurate like a GPS system, but dang, it does work. Okay, just a slight drift. Now I'm giving a forward movement. And I am recording video. Let's send it up high. Okay, when it gets up high, that drift becomes much more pronounced. So let's bring it back down low to the ground. And the wind's picking up here a bit too. Now something I saw on YouTube, the capability, if you put your hand under it, move your hand around slowly, it tries to stay above your hand. That's just pretty dang neat. But, okay, again, let's go a little bit, let's go into a higher rate. Okay, I slept. Did I have expert rate? Yes, it does. Let's see how it performs in expert rate. It does funnels very well. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go back to beginner's rate. Okay, here I am. How do you like my shirt today, folks? I hope it's recording. I'm looking at my screen, and it is. You know, this actually makes selfies pretty dang easy with this position to hold. This will be an excellent selfie quadcopter. Just using the app, I guess you could use the app with this one. Now, dang, it's working excellent, actually. Look at that. Look at that old position. I'm not doing anything. This would be a great selfie quadcopter. You know, the next improvement they need to put on this is put 720p camera on it. Let's turn it around so it can see me over here with the sun more in my face here. A little selfie drone that holds its position. Let's give it a little forward push. Come toward me. Come toward me. Go up a little higher. And fly over my head. Such a cool quadcopter. You know, Cheerson, I think's got something here with this one. Okay. I wanted to try that dance move. Let's stop this video recording. And let's land it. And I'm pressing the land button. Let's put my hand beneath it and land it. Okay, I'm going to fly it with the app this time and try those dance moves. Hope you enjoy the second part of this flight. Now to do the dance moves, you go into choreography here using this app here, and we're going to select some moves here and add them to the timeline. Let's see, menu. We've got a bunch of moves here. Oh wait, demonstration 2. I'm just going to use the demonstrations to demonstrate the flight. So we'll select, make it easier. And hitting, okay, we got the demonstration selected. This is demonstration 3. Hitting start, and the quadcopter takes off. And what's it do? Oh, it does a little wiggle. I'm looking on the timeline here. It does a little wiggle to the left, a little wiggle forward, and a little wiggle back, and then it lands itself. That's demonstration 2. Okay. Okay, that was the end of the flight, the end of that dance move there. Once it landed, it didn't want to take off again, so that was the flight time you get with this. So this is a pretty neat advance. The CXOF with, I particularly like the position hold. You know, those dance moves that you can add to it, wiggling it around and letting it do its own thing there. That's neat. It's a fun little demonstration to add to it, but again, I think you can also fly it very easily using your smartphone. If you just want to use smartphone control, since this has position hold, that makes flying this so much easier. This is one of the few quadcopters that I would feel comfortable flying with my phone only, not using the controller. You know, if to use it as a selfie quadcopter, this would work rather well. I wish they would improve the camera, make it 720p, maybe next year, and this would be a spectacular quadcopter if they did that. So, hope you enjoyed the flight of the Cheerson CXOF Quadcopter 101. Signing out.